Okay, Beards, today's session on point of the cerebral drafting. Just you have to follow the instruction. ACD. Okay. At first, I would like to focus in terms of the several points and through it. And oh my God, we will discuss regarding the several aspects in terms of the ACD, high code division exam. What actually, what type of question may be asked? Whether this is continued or not. No one is watching this video. Well, no one. Okay. Oh my God. Already I have found that. Okay. What type of question may be asked in the ACD or the High Court Division exam? That should be fresh cap today's session. So, to the point, we have to focus that. No one is watching this video. Only one? No? 11:30. Oh my God, no one. Comment, just comment on the Facebook wall. The first question, that the question pattern from the side of civil appeal. There are several provision of laws in CFC or the Code of Civil Procedure 1908 under section 96 to 112. This is the 96 to 112. This is the discussed made up from the side of the Civil Procedure Code 1908 or the orders 41 to 45. That can be the provisions of laws. But the question may be asked from the side of the High Court Division, those who are the candidates. They have to follow the instruction of law lecture. And why this the following approach may be focused from the side of you exactly. There are several questions. First of all, civil appeal to the district judge. That is the 30 days under Article 152 of the Limitation Act 1908. Well, those are the provision. And to the High Court Division, 90 days under Article 156 of that very said Act. But the question will be asked from the side of the civil appeal, how to draft that. This is the question exactly. How to draft on your kata. That should be fresh cut here. So the first of all, we have to scrutinize that the DCNP by GC. So what's the rubbish approach from the side of law doctor to you exactly? DCNP by GC, what exactly the indicating meter? Yeah, D indicates that's the district, that the capitalization may be focused by you exactly. And then C indicates the codes. Actually, to which codes that's the appeal or the civil appeal may be, what exactly the focusing movement from the side of the civil appeal, that the code. And then the N indicates the number of appeal, exactly the appeal number. This is the N, number of appeal, and P prescribes that the 40s. There is the opposite party and parties. This is the in civil suit that the plaintiff and defendant. But those who actually are in the side of the plaintiff, they are treated as the appellants. And only 140 in this situation or in this appeal, only one at the time, he or she is treated as appellant. And on the other hand, those who are the defendants, and several defendants, more than one, they are treated as respondents. But only single person, he or she is treated as a respondent. And not only that, the V indicates that the value of the appeal or the sit that should be inserted in your writing skill, and then I indicates that the influent judgment, order, petition, and actions. And not only that, there are several G prescribes that's the grounds. What are the grounds through which you can easily file an appeal before the court, whether it's to the district judge, whether to the High Court division of the Supreme Court. So not only that, the C indicates the certificate. So how to write the certificate? That should be prescribed here. The law doctor, this is the law power books will ascertain to you exactly. And the last but not least, E indicates the enclosure. To write a civil appeal, so you have to follow the instruction of law doctor. That the first of all is a district and the name of the court, and another third number is appeal number, and the fourth is forest, whether this is the appellant or the appellants or the respondent, or that can be times more than one. At the time you have to write the respondents and the value of the suit or appeal. And then influent judgment, simplicity, or simply we can easily focus in this regard that the judgment or the JOFA, judgment, order, or petition, and action, any other action. And then that's fact from the side of grounds. What are the grounds exactly through which you can easily file civil appeal before the appellate court, whether this is the district judge and the High Court division? So ground should be what is chronologically you have to write in such a word on which you have to file a civil appeal. So those are the grounds. Number 1, number 2, number 3, blah, 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 blah. And then certificate. And then the enclosure, whether this is the Okalatnama and whether this is the judgments of the law codes, and blah, blah, blah. And then 5 copies or the 3 copies that should be mentioned here. So simply, I can easily focus from the side of law doctor to you as the best law academy in the world. We're at home in English and we're at home in Bangla. So DCNP by GCE, this is the simple, what is the coding system through which you can easily write and easily draft a drafting in terms of civil appeal. And then what exactly the second one is civil revision, how to write that and how to coding that. How to code that? The DCNP PBI as GPA. So this GPA doesn't prescribe that GPA 5. So D indicates the district and the C indicates or prescribes that's the code, and N indicates the number of application or the application number or the civil revision. You have to focus, please, very cautiously. And the provision of laws, then the forest, whether this is the forest, and the value of suit or appeal, impugned judgment or petition and actions, and what exactly addressing to the Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Justice in our country. And the statement of facts that can be focused in just whether shield or the shield. So whether the chronological numbering system will be prescribed in this regard, how to write and how to draft a civil revision. Oh my God. And then submission. So here is a strong point to submit you what exactly the submission will assist you to win the case, win the suit, win the civil revision. And then what exactly the ground? Same is the civil revision, and then what exactly the prayer, and last of all, this is the affidavit. Oh my God. This is the part of the focusing movement from the side of the civil revision. And what exactly the civil revision prescribed, the 435 and to the 4444. 2I. Oh my God, this is the sections. Yeah, this is not totally exhausted, and this is not the exhaustive media from the side of the Code of Civil, President 1908. And then the systematic way that the question may be asked from the side of criminal law appeal. So criminal appeal will be coded in such way DCNP pi as GP. So why this is the same is the case, this is the mentioning movement from the at first you have to write on your card that the district and then the code and the appeal number, and not only that the provision of law and the forest impugn judgment order and actions and addition to the Chief Justice and the statement of the facts and the grounds and prayer. So those are the points through which you can draft a criminal appeal. Oh my God, criminal appeal. No one is watching this video, so this is the age of darkness and we are living in Ayamid Jahiliya, and that's why no one is watching this. Oh my God, what an approach will be applied from the side of Ladakh to you. And then the bail pending appeal. How do bail pending appeals? So same is the case district and the code and the application number and the forest addition to the Chief Justice and the statement of facts that can be shoot under the ambit of shoot or the under the heading. You know, this is the shoot and numbering system 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh my God, whether this is the Roman or the numbering system from the side of the English, and then submission and prayer, affidavit and annexer. So whether there are several annexer will be fetched in this regard, the bail pending appeal. For example, annexer A, annexer B, annexer C, annexer D, annexer E, whatever may be. So those are the annexer from the side of the GD entry or the police investigation or the judgments from the side of the law codes, and those should be mentioned here. What are the facts annexer and what is the circumstance of that very case. And number 5 is that quashment forwarding under 5.6a. So this is the quashment forwarding. This is treated as inherent power of the code or the settings of the power of High Court division. So that can be focused here. So under section 151 or 152, 153 from the side of the Code of Civil further 1908. So this is treated as the inherent power. But on the other hand, this is the quashment forwarding. You know, this is the serving of inherent power of the High Court division only. There is no power exactly. But on the other hand, in CPC, all the courts have exercised their powers in attacking this systematic power, whether this is the district judge, additional district judge, whether joint district judge and senior assistant judge and assistant judge. But on the other hand, there is no scope to play this vital role from the side of the quashment process except the High Court division. So in this regard, TCNP, ISS, GP, ACN, this is the big, oh my God, this is the big coding system that cannot be actually what exactly forgot from the side of Ladakh to you, and you can't actually forget that. And you know, this is in several systematic where district is same is the case. Number 1 is district and number 2 is the code and the application. You know, which code will deal this aspect already you have already understood or comprehended. That's the High Court division. You know, this is the application number and the police and the impugned judgment, all the actions and what exactly the actions or the petition and addition to the Honorable Chief Justice. Oh my God. And the statement of facts that can be trumped in such a way that the sheet, the numbering system 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh my God, that is treated as blah, 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 blah. And not only that's the starting point of view exactly, this is treated as the submission, whether the several case law or the judgment to those who are the senior advocates in our country and in the whole world, they can easily find out and they can easily follow the instruction whether the landmark decision in the world through which you can easily prove that case. And this is under the ambit of you hand. And not only that, so the submission and the next point is the grounds. Through which the grounds, the numbering system 1, 2, 3. This is not immaterial, and this is not the evidence which is properly maintainable, and that's the set aside that can be set aside. That should be this is the grounds through which you can easily quash the proceedings. Oh my God, the quashing procediment, you know, this is the writ petition and several the irregularities, abuse of power of the law codes that should be focused here to quash the proceedings. Oh my God. And then prayer. How to pray to the High Court division. Oh my God. And then affidavit prayer and the certificate and annexer. So like this is the annexing system, like annexer A, annexer B, annexer C, annexer D, annexer E. In this way, you have to actually insert your annexer on your quashment proceeding. This is the system anyway. You can easily actually pass in that very exam. And not only that's the last but not least, number 6. This is the last provision in this regard, the writ petition. You know, this is the writ of mandamus, writ of certiorari, writ of querent, and writ of habeas corpus. So those are the writs which are inserted in what exactly 102 article in the draft constitution. This is not only that's the draft constitution, and what exactly under Article 44. So this is those would sometimes the parties may be aggrieved, and there is no provision of aggrieved parties. So that should be focused, and the provision of laws should be what exactly the recalled and enlisted in your CPU, Central Processing Unit, until or unless it is very much difficult for you to pass in that exam, High Court Division exam. That should be the writ petition, CNPI, and SSGPSCA. So this is the coding system through which you can easily pass in that exam. So those are the candidates, those who are going to appear at the exam, that the High Court Division, they can easily follow the instruction of law doctor. Only 3 questions is enough to pass in that very exam. There is no fucking approach from the side of law doctor. As you know, this is the best law academy in the world. So the writ petitions, here the court name, there is no option to insert here the district name. You can't write down district or the capitalization. So this is the code, exactly the writ petition to the High Court Division, the code and the application number, which number will be allowed in this regard. And the 40s, actually, those were the 40s inserted in this writ petition, impugned judgment, word petition and application. And then likewise, the same case is that's the addressing to the Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Justice Refat Ahmed. And then not only that, the statement of facts. So statement of facts prescribe that's the another name is sheet under the heading in this regard that can be transferred the heading, this is the sheet. And not only that, sheet will be prescribed in instruction number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah 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 blah. And then submission. Here is the strong point to prove this case. And you can easily what exactly win in this case in tackling this submission where you are at home in leading case law or the landmark decision in the world and in our country like DLR, BLD, MLR. And not only that's the everything CW and not only that's all Indian reporters, and those should be inserted in this. Those who are the senior advocates in the Supreme Court, they can easily actually apply their views from the side of the landmark decision in this regard, like this, the submission. And not only that, and then this is grounds, several times grounds. So what are the grounds and how to write grounds? On these points, you can establish this writ petition. And this is the judgment, and this is the decision from the side, order from the side of High Court Division is in your hand. Why? This is the system anyway. If you are not able to write down in such a way, you are not at home, and you can't pass in that very competitive exam. Yeah, and this is the grounds and the prayer, and then affidavit and certificate, and the last but not least, the annexer. So annexer should be mentioned here. Number 1 is annexer A, annexer B, annexer C, annexer D, annexer 5. Whatever that's the annexer E or the whatever, only 5 annexer will be inserted here. Then you can easily cut a good figure in that very exam. So those are the candidates from the side of the High Court Division, and that's the written exam and the 5 exam. So this is the academy, which is the best law academy in the world. If you are not actually able to comprehend that, just follow the instruction, our speaking level, our teaching methods, that should be focused. And today's number, bye-bye.